Ladies and gentlemen, throughout history, true queens, whether by birth, leadership, or mindset, have never just set expectations. They set standards. Expectations are wishes, but standards are the rules by which a legacy is built. Queens do not merely hope for greatness, they demand it through action, resilience, and unwavering principles. Think of the most powerful women in history. They did not wait for approval. They did not accept mediocrity. Instead, they set the bar high, not just for themselves, but for those around them. They walked with integrity, spoke with wisdom, and carried a vision that others aspired to follow. A queen does not simply expect respect, she commands it by the way she carries herself. She does not just expect loyalty, she inspires it through her consistency and fairness. The difference between expectations and standards is that expectations rely on the hope that people will do the right thing. Standards make it clear what the right thing is, and they do not waver. In any aspect of life, whether in leadership, business, or personal growth, the ones who set standards are the ones who shape the future. A queen does not lower the bar to accommodate excuses. She elevates the room, ensuring that those who rise with her are those who understand the value of discipline and self-respect. Setting standards means defining what is acceptable and what is not. It means holding yourself accountable before expecting anything from others. The world follows those who lead with conviction, not those who merely wish for better. Expectations and standards may seem similar, but they are fundamentally different in how they shape outcomes. Expectations are rooted in hope. They are desires, assumptions, and wishes about how things should be. On the other hand, standards are firm principles that dictate what will and will not be tolerated. Queens, whether in leadership, personal development, or influence, understand that merely expecting greatness is not enough. They must set the standard for what greatness looks like and ensure that everything they do aligns with that vision. When someone has expectations without enforcing standards, they leave too much to chance. They hope people will respect them, but they do not define what respect looks like. They expect loyalty, but they do not require accountability. This creates a culture of uncertainty where expectations fluctuate depending on circumstances, emotions, or external validation. Queens do not operate in such instability. They do not just wish for the best, they create an environment where only the best is acceptable. A woman who sets standards does not rely on others to meet her expectations. She sets the tone by living up to the values she upholds. If she expects respect, she does not tolerate disrespect in any form. If she values honesty, she does not make exceptions for dishonesty, even from those she loves. Her standards are not dependent on how others feel about them. They are based on deep-rooted principles that guide her decisions and interactions. This approach extends beyond personal relationships into leadership and success. In business, a leader who merely expects her team to perform well may find herself disappointed. However, if she sets a standard of excellence, defining clear expectations, maintaining accountability, and leading by example, a leader who enforces standards does not need to constantly remind people of what is expected because her actions and decisions already define the level of performance required. Setting standards also requires the ability to make difficult choices. It means walking away from situations, people, or opportunities that do not align with those standards. A queen does not lower the bar to accommodate excuses. Instead, she elevates the room, encouraging those who are willing to rise to meet the challenge. Those who do not measure up will either improve or fade away, but the foundation remains unshaken. Furthermore, standards breed self-respect. A person with high standards does not settle for less than what they deserve. They do not allow others to take advantage of their kindness, waste their time, or treat them poorly. They understand that allowing subpar behavior signals to others that such behavior is acceptable. When standards are high and consistent, people begin to recognize that there is a level of excellence required to engage with such an individual. Ultimately, the distinction between expectations and standards defines the difference between those who hope for greatness and those who achieve it. Expectations leave room for negotiation and disappointment. Standards create a clear, unwavering path toward excellence. Queens do not just wish for the best, they set the rules for what the best looks like and ensure that everything in their lives aligns with that vision. Queens do not simply speak about excellence, they embody it through their actions. Words alone do not build empires, create lasting impact, or inspire generations. What sets true queens apart is their unwavering commitment to demonstrating the excellence they expect from others. They do not just instruct, they lead by example, showing through their behavior what is acceptable and what is not. Excellence is not an accident. It is a habit, a discipline, and a conscious choice made every day. Those who demand greatness but fail to uphold it in their own lives will quickly lose credibility. A queen understands that people do not follow words alone, they follow actions. She does not merely tell others to work hard, she is the hardest worker in the room. She does not simply talk about integrity, she ensures her words and actions align even when no one is watching. She does not ask for respect. She earns it through her unwavering principles and consistent behavior. In any field, whether in leadership, business, or personal relationships, action speaks louder than expectations. A leader who demands punctuality but is always late undermines her own authority. A mentor who speaks about discipline but lacks self-control cannot inspire true commitment. A person who expects honesty but bends the truth when it is convenient sends mixed signals about what is truly important. Queens understand that true leadership means setting a visible example of what excellence looks like. This principle extends to how a queen carries herself. She does not demand admiration, she naturally commands it by the way she presents herself. Her presence is felt not because she speaks the loudest, but because she moves with confidence, grace, and purpose. She understands that her posture, her demeanor, and even the smallest habits she practices daily contribute to the standard she upholds. When she enters a room, she does not need to announce her power. It is evident in her presence. Excellence is also about consistency. Anyone can act with discipline for a day, a week, or a month. But those who truly achieve greatness sustain their standards over time, refusing to compromise them for short-term comfort. Queens do not lower their standards when things get difficult. They rise to meet the challenge. They understand that true excellence is tested in adversity. It is easy to be great when everything is going well, but those who maintain their principles under pressure prove that their commitment to excellence is real. Furthermore, queens understand that excellence is not perfection. They are not afraid to make mistakes, but they hold themselves accountable when they do. They do not hide from failure, they learn from it, adjust, and continue forward. Excellence is a process, not a destination, and those who achieve it do so by continuously improving themselves and those around them. At the core of it all, a queen's ability to demand excellence comes from her willingness to embody it first. She does not wait for others to rise to the occasion. She sets the standard through her own actions. This is why she earns the respect, admiration, and loyalty of those who recognize the difference between empty words and true leadership. True leadership is not determined by a title, a position, or how many people follow you. It is defined by consistency, integrity, and resilience. The unwavering ability to uphold principles even when faced with challenges. Queens understand that leadership is not about control, but about influence. And the most powerful influence comes from demonstrating strong character. Consistency is the foundation of trust. People do not follow leaders who change their values based on circumstances or personal convenience. A queen who stands firm in her beliefs and actions creates stability in any environment. Whether in business, relationships, or personal development, people gravitate toward those who are reliable. When a leader is consistent, others know what to expect from her. They respect her decisions because they see a clear alignment between her words and her actions. She does not shift her morals when it is easier to do so, nor does she compromise her values for temporary gain. Instead, she sets a steady example that others can depend on, knowing that she is the same person whether she is being praised or criticized. Integrity is another defining trait of true leadership. A queen does not say what people want to hear. She speaks the truth even when it is uncomfortable. She does not manipulate situations to serve her interests, but operates with honesty and fairness. This level of integrity earns respect because people recognize that her decisions are not based on selfish motives, but on principles. Leadership without integrity is hollow. It may attract followers for a time, but it will eventually crumble under its own dishonesty. A queen with integrity, however, builds relationships, businesses, and legacies that withstand the test of time. Resilience is what allows true leaders to endure. Challenges will always come. Doubt, failure, and setbacks are part of the journey. But what separates queens from the rest is their ability to push through adversity without losing themselves. When difficulties arise, they do not crumble. They adapt, learn, and grow stronger. They do not let temporary obstacles define them, nor do they allow hardship to shake their core values. Instead of being overwhelmed by setbacks, they use them as stepping stones to rise higher. A queen's resilience also extends to how she handles criticism. She understands that not everyone will support her, and that true leadership often invites opposition. But she does not waste energy trying to please everyone. Instead, she focuses on staying true to her vision and leading by example. She does not react impulsively to negativity, but remains composed, allowing her actions to speak for her. She knows that resilience is not about being immune to difficulties, but about rising above them without losing her purpose. Consistency, integrity, and resilience work together to create a leader who is not just followed, but deeply respected. A queen does not need to chase influence. Her character naturally commands it. She does not demand loyalty. Her unwavering principles inspire it. In a world where many seek leadership for status, a true queen leads because she understands that the highest form of power comes from within. Respect and loyalty are not things that can be demanded, they must be earned. Queens understand that these qualities do not come from intimidation, wealth, or status, but from the consistency of character they display. A queen does not ask people to respect her. She lives in a way that makes respect the only natural response. Likewise, she does not expect loyalty without proving that she is worthy of it. True respect and unwavering loyalty are the result of integrity, fairness, and a commitment to leading by example. People recognize authenticity. A person who constantly shifts their values, breaks promises, or treats others poorly will never truly earn respect, no matter how much they demand it. A queen stands firm in her principles, showing through her words and actions that she is someone of honor. She treats others with dignity, speaks with wisdom, and carries herself in a way that reflects self-respect. Loyalty follows the same principle. No one remains loyal to someone who is inconsistent, dishonest, or self-serving. Queens inspire loyalty because they are reliable, trustworthy, and fair. They do not betray confidences, manipulate situations for their own benefit, or abandon those who have been loyal to them. Instead, they build strong, lasting relationships by proving that their word is solid and their character is unwavering. When people see that a queen does not waver in times of hardship, they feel safe placing their trust in her. Earning respect and loyalty also means setting clear boundaries. A queen does not allow disrespect to go unchecked. She does not tolerate mistreatment, nor does she remain in spaces where her worth is not recognized. People respect those who respect themselves. When a queen walks away from situations that do not align with her values, she sends a message that she knows her worth and refuses to accept anything less than what she deserves. At the same time, a queen understands that respect is a two-way street. She does not demand it while treating others poorly. She values those around her and acknowledges their worth. Her leadership is not based on control, but on mutual understanding and shared growth. She listens as much as she speaks, considers the perspectives of others, and treats people with the same level of respect she expects in return. Loyalty is strengthened through consistency. A queen does not switch sides based on convenience. She does not abandon those who have stood by her in difficult times. She is fair but firm, making sure that those who are loyal to her feel valued and appreciated. Because she remains steadfast in her commitments, others feel secure in their loyalty to her. Ultimately, respect and loyalty are not given freely. They are cultivated through the way a queen carries herself. She does not need to chase them because they naturally follow those who embody strength, wisdom, and unwavering principles. People may respect power temporarily, but they respect character permanently. And it is character that makes a queen truly unforgettable. Standards are the foundation upon which the future is built. They define what is acceptable and what is not, setting the tone for how individuals, communities, and even entire generations operate. Queens understand that the world does not improve through wishful thinking or vague expectations. It transforms when clear, unwavering standards are established and upheld. Without them, chaos replaces order, mediocrity replaces excellence, and uncertainty takes the place of confidence. When a queen sets standards, she is not just defining rules for herself, she is influencing the behavior of those around her. People naturally adapt to the environment they are placed in. If an environment tolerates laziness, dishonesty, or disrespect, those behaviors will flourish. However, when a queen demands excellence, integrity, and accountability, she creates a culture where those qualities become the norm. Standards shape the way people think, work, and interact. They provide a structure that helps individuals rise to their potential rather than settle for less. A queen's standards apply not only to the way she treats others, but also to the way she treats herself. She does not expect discipline from others while neglecting it in her own life. She does not require honesty from those around her while making excuses for her own dishonesty. She sets the standard through her own actions first, ensuring that her life is a reflection of the values she upholds. This level of self-discipline and accountability creates an atmosphere where others feel inspired to follow her example. One of the most powerful effects of high standards is that they eliminate confusion. People know where they stand with a queen who upholds her principles. There are no mixed signals, no uncertainty about what is acceptable, and no room for manipulation. Clear standards protect against inconsistency, ensuring that relationships, whether personal, professional, or social, are built on mutual understanding and respect. A leader who constantly shifts her expectations or compromises her values will create an environment of uncertainty where people are unsure of what to do or how to act. But when a queen remains firm in her principles, she eliminates any ambiguity about what is expected. Setting standards also requires the courage to enforce them. It is not enough to declare what is acceptable. A queen must be willing to stand by her values even when it is difficult. This may mean letting go of relationships that do not align with her principles, walking away from opportunities that require her to compromise her values, or making tough decisions that may not be popular but are necessary. Holding others accountable is never easy, but a queen understands that compromising on standards for the sake of convenience leads to long-term regret. Ultimately, the standards a queen sets determine the legacy she leaves behind. The most respected leaders in history were not those who accepted mediocrity, but those who demanded excellence. They did not shape the future by lowering the bar, they raised it. By setting and maintaining high standards, a queen does not just create a better present for herself, she influences the future in ways that extend beyond her own lifetime. A queen understands that lowering standards to accommodate mediocrity does not uplift others, it weakens the foundation of excellence. Leadership is not about making everyone comfortable, it is about inspiring growth, discipline, and achievement. True queens recognize that when they make exceptions for laziness, dishonesty, or inconsistency, they are not being kind or understanding. They are enabling behavior that will ultimately lead to failure. Greatness is never built on compromise. While compassion and patience are essential, they should never come at the cost of diluting principles. A queen knows that the people she surrounds herself with, the choices she makes, and the values she upholds define the quality of her life and leadership. If she tolerates mediocrity, she invites it into her world. But when she stands firm on excellence, she challenges those around her to rise to a higher level. People often mistake high standards for being demanding or unreasonably strict. However, there is a difference between being harsh and being firm. A queen is not heartless, but she is also not easily swayed by excuses. She understands that if she allows one exception, she opens the door for more. If she accepts broken promises, soon honesty loses its value. If she overlooks laziness, soon productivity declines. She does not enforce excellence to be difficult. She does it because she knows that once mediocrity is accepted, it spreads like wildfire. Mediocrity is tempting because it is easy. It does not require discipline, consistency, or sacrifice. But nothing great has ever been achieved by taking the easiest path. Queens do not lower the bar to make life easier for others. They keep it high so that those who are willing to grow can meet them at their level. True leaders understand that success is not about making things effortless for people. It is about challenging them to push beyond their comfort zones. It is also important to recognize that allowing mediocrity is a reflection of self-worth. A queen who compromises her standards too often may believe she is doing so to maintain relationships or avoid conflict, but in reality, she is showing that she values acceptance over authenticity. She understands that people who genuinely respect her will rise to meet her standards, while those who resist them were never meant to stay. She does not fear losing those who are unwilling to grow, because she knows that those who belong in her kingdom will embrace the challenge of excellence. A queen's commitment to her standards extends to every area of her life, her work, her relationships, her personal growth. She does not accept half-hearted efforts in her career. She does not settle for disrespect in friendships. She does not tolerate dishonesty in love. Her world is built on values that are non-negotiable, and because of that, she attracts those who appreciate and honor that strength. By refusing to accommodate mediocrity, a queen does more than protect her own path. She inspires others to elevate theirs. She is a beacon of excellence, showing that success is not a matter of luck, but of discipline, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to high standards. Those who choose to walk alongside her know that greatness is not found in compromise, but in the courage to demand the best from oneself and others. A queen understands that she sets the tone for the way others treat her. She does not wait for people to define her worth, she establishes it herself. How she carries herself, the boundaries she sets, and the way she responds to both respect and disrespect all send a clear message about what is acceptable in her presence. She teaches others how to treat her not through words alone, but through her actions, her self-respect, and the standards she upholds in every aspect of her life. People take cues from how others allow themselves to be treated. If a queen tolerates disrespect, dishonesty, or inconsistency, she sends the message that such behavior is acceptable. On the other hand, if she sets firm boundaries and refuses to engage with anything that diminishes her value, people quickly learn that they must rise to her level or remove themselves from her space. She does not need to beg for respect or demand loyalty. She earns them by consistently demonstrating that she will not settle for anything less. Boundaries are a queen's greatest tool in teaching others how to engage with her. They are not about pushing people away. They are about creating an environment where only those who understand and respect her worth can stay. She does not hesitate to walk away from situations that drain her energy or compromise her values. She does not entertain those who refuse to appreciate her presence. She knows that allowing even small violations of her boundaries opens the door for larger ones, so she remains firm in her standards no matter the circumstances. This principle applies in all areas of life: relationships, friendships, business, and social interactions. If she is in a relationship and accepts mistreatment, she signals that she will tolerate being undervalued. If she allows friends to take advantage of her kindness without reciprocation, she teaches them that her generosity can be exploited. If she works in a professional setting and does not assert herself, she allows others to overlook her contributions. A queen does not wait for people to recognize her worth. She carries herself in such a way that they have no choice but to acknowledge it. Respect is not something that can be requested. It is something that is commanded through self-respect. A queen who values herself will never have to demand that others value her. She does not lower her standards to accommodate those who refuse to rise. Instead, she moves forward, knowing that those who truly belong in her life will understand and appreciate the strength it takes to maintain her worth. Additionally, a queen does not engage in battles to prove her value. She does not waste time trying to convince people to respect her. If someone does not recognize her worth, she understands that their perception does not define her reality. She walks away with dignity, knowing that her presence is a privilege, not a right. By teaching others how to treat her, a queen sets a powerful example for those around her. She creates a world where respect, love, and appreciation are the foundation of all relationships, and in doing so, she not only uplifts herself but inspires others to recognize and uphold their own worth. The strongest leaders in history did not lower their expectations to accommodate others. They remained steadfast, and people chose to rise. A queen understands that her standards act as a filter. Those who are meant to be in her space will step up, while those who are unwilling to grow will eliminate themselves. This process is not about arrogance or superiority, but about protecting the energy, purpose, and environment she has worked hard to create. This applies in all aspects of life: friendships, relationships, business, and leadership. A queen does not force connections. She does not chase after people who show her through their actions that they do not value her. She does not beg for love, loyalty, or commitment. Instead, she gives people the freedom to decide if they want to be a part of her world. If they choose not to, she respects that choice and moves forward without resentment. When people realize that a queen will not lower herself to make them comfortable, they either rise to meet her or they leave. Those who choose to step up do so because they see the value in being part of her world. They recognize that her standards are not about control, but about creating an environment of excellence, respect, and mutual growth. The ones who leave were never meant to stay because they were unwilling to embrace that level of accountability. A queen also understands that waiting for the right people is far better than surrounding herself with the wrong ones. She is patient. She does not rush to fill spaces with those who do not align with her vision. She trusts that maintaining her standards will attract the right energy, people, and opportunities in due time. By refusing to lower her standards, a queen builds a kingdom of quality over quantity. She does not settle for half-hearted effort, inconsistent behavior, or conditional loyalty. She surrounds herself with those who respect her, not because she demands it, but because they recognize the value of who she is. And in doing so, she not only protects her peace, but ensures that everything she builds is rooted in strength, integrity, and authenticity. In conclusion, a queen's strength lies not just in her ability to lead, but in her unwavering commitment to setting and maintaining high standards. She understands that true leadership is not about demanding respect, but embodying it through her actions, integrity, and consistency.